Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one, back with another one, back with another one, back with another one. As you can tell, see right here, back with another one. As you can tell, last night was interesting. So, oh dang, I got a lot of these Twitter follows. Ugh, got all this going on. And as you can tell, you see it's sunning outside. So but yesterday was a good build. I mean, I got to see the replay of that. It was 3 hours, and we had a good discussion. And I promoted the ACS term. We are antagonists, and we're contrarians and spectators as usual. But shouts to the Book of Rona. He had a good stream last night. Kind of fell asleep on it. Was drained, tired from doing it my stream. Then I woke up and I saw Char's stream, and I said to myself, I said she did good. She was explaining what happened up there. We'll explain the rest of it on Advisor's Petty Thoughts. Y'all make sure y'all check his channel out. Salute to the advisor once again. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. We're gonna get into our nitty gritty, explain what happened. We're just gonna show you the pictures and things. I'm gonna scan through it for like 5 minutes. It's nothing special about it. You know what I mean? It's just I know it's the talk of the town, but we didn't take no L. That was just one person had an issue, got booted out of the server, and it all started from his channel. On explain the situation. It started from his channel, and somebody used her real name. But shouts out to Vonda. And the reason I had to explain that is because we know the situation with Vonda. So he tries to say he apologized and everything, and then try to blame it on another person, threw her under a bus, which is facts. And but the whole thing stems from various situations what he been posting in the hideout. We call it the Villain Sphere hideout on Discord. And the reason I'm saying is that's what happened. And I think the advisor and a mix of the captain brought it to my attention. I'm gonna use both, but I ain't gonna say they're to blame because it's like us. I hate to say it, and like I said yesterday, we have to be a cohesive unit. It ain't easy. We don't. Yeah, we plot, but we ain't gonna tell you what we're gonna do in the future. Because as villains, we a step ahead of everybody. We have to see the landscape of black spaces and what we're dealing with these things in the manosphere. That was the whole purpose. I might have to do a part two of that on Sunday Madness again. Explain we're not gonna plan nothing, but we're far ahead of the game. So everybody's worrying about this Russia shit, Ukraine, because everybody's talking about it. So I can't speak on it because all I can tell you the histories of the wars of Yugoslavia mixed with the Cold War, the last of the Romanovs, Putin, out of that Rasputin family. You already know what I'm talking about. And I think Information Man broke it down. Yeah, Putin was something else. He was very volatile, what he does. He did a good job. I would say some people say nuclear is going to hurt us. I highly doubt it. I mean, you can't use phosphorus nuclear. So how they going to do that? Now, Russia's not dumb to shoot nukes first. They want America to shoot the nukes first. That's all I'm going to say on that. I saw some this morning. They was talking about it, and Ukrainians. I already know about Ukraine history. My first NBA player I saw Ukraine years ago in the preseason. His name was Vitaly Potapenko. Big motherfucker, 6'10". Used to play for the Cavaliers back in the day, but I saw him live in the Celtics jersey when they went against the Jazz in the 99-2000 preseason. I was going to be 11. I was already 11. I was going to be 12 the next year. It was somewhere close to around fifth grade because I was held back an extra year in first grade. So with that said, he's the first one I saw in history in the Americas. So it's a big specimen, man. Big motherfucker. Huge. Never seen a big man like that. That's the first time I was like 5'10" at the time, at that age, at the age 11. And he was, I forget, he was a little older than I was, even though he was 16, but that's a grown man. He was like probably in his 20s, early 20s or something like that. That's a big motherfucker, man. and he went to college in Wright State, a Ukrainian, by the way. So we do have a history of Ukrainian athletes coming to the NBA in that region, in the Eastern European region. So this is nothing new. This goes back to the days of Yugoslavia, man. That's what Russia really wants. They want the old Prussia back. I talked about this with Cerulean last year and last month. We talked about that old Prussia. When we talk about totalitarian systems, I think it was last month. Yeah, the whole structures and shit. You know, it's about old Prussia was on that type of time. So I'm speaking it to y'all like that. So mainly when we look at conversations like that in politics, but shouts out to Mike V and his brother's podcast, that little crew talking about the Russia issues. Yeah, you got people waving a pom pom flag. So all of a sudden, y'all wasn't speaking that months ago. I've been on it. Hell, I've been on it for years, speaking on it. I didn't say it as much as content, but I've been watching the news and been studying it for the past couple of years. So yeah. So speaking of the mildfuck we had last week, we off that. I mean, yesterday's stream was very telling. Appreciate the shares from Sheep Stay Sleep TV, DS1, Legendary Wacky World Road, Book of Ronin, and also DJ Kuda. Shout out for the shares for yesterday, for the fellas that came through. That was an excellent stream. I got to see the replay some downtime, probably Friday. Um, I still got to see the stream what Kuda did 9 hours today. I will see that because I know it's a 9 hour stream. I might have to see it on the phone first. I might have to skim through some of it and then I have to watch it again probably this weekend. Because I hope he didn't take it down. Because I usually don't be doing. See, I always watch the streams when I'm on his panels. You know, it's religiously. I haven't, and the reason I haven't watched the streams, I've been busy doing my content, and I've been dealing with Dre and Discord and communicating. I've been busy. So, in case y'all don't wondering why I'm not over the third shift, I've been busy doing my content. Even though it's not beef content, it's just I'm doing villain content, but also doing real content when it comes to politics. So I've been doing content. So I've been busy, even though I'm doing this vlog stream right now. So I'm just gonna do time. But anyways, I know a lot of people don't really care that much. But yeah, it's gonna be some fun. But the screenshots I got for that situation that happened at Juan G's. That's the second time he had two fuckery streams. Not bad. That's not really an L. That's really a lot of his streams ain't always fuckery. From what I can tell. You know what I'm saying? The last two. But you got a lot of haters that don't do content. They want to talk shit, but fuck them. I stand on what I stand on. Like I said what I said yesterday, and I meant that. That shit that y'all did didn't work. That just made us brought us together. All it did was we're still saying fuck you over here on my side. And fuck the court jester. He ain't got nobody. I'm still gonna mock his bitch ass till the day he's off this shit. I'll make my mission to get rid of his bitch ass. Fuck that nigga. And that's why you ain't gonna see me on third shift. He's on the panel. I'm not fucking with his bitch ass. And I want no apology for his ass. I want to say fuck you to him. We ain't gonna be cool. I hold grudges, motherfucker. Like, in case y'all know, yes, I'm a Taurus, but I have an angst to me. You do me wrong, I'm gonna do you dirty. It's that simple. I'm not apologizing when I said. No apologies in 2022. Like Big J said in 21. No, I'm saying no apologies in 2022. It still continues. See, we villains over here. We let you live, but we ain't forget what you did. And just let it be like that. You over there, I'm over here. It's that it is what it is. This is why the villain sphere exists. It's called angst for a reason. This is why the captain and me have angst with certain individuals, and we're good with that. I'm just not gonna fuck with everybody on this platform. And I learned to accept that based off my content, based off my character, and we're gonna be fine. That's it. Shouts out to people that subscribe to my channel. That's okay. Appreciate it. If you like the content, that's fine. I will stick with the political banter. I know what's going on in the world. I give you current events, the fuckery of it, and I throw shots every now and then. You'll hear that in my content. I'm consistent with what I've done. It's just that's just who I am. But the other shit, we could talk about nigga events, current events on YouTube, and I'm gonna do some topics. Why about the algorithm is the way it is. I think. I mean, shouts out to Real Deal for that. Yeah, I'm gonna write some shit down this Thursday. And we're gonna talk about the algorithm. I'm gonna use my channel as an example. Um, I'll give you dates and years why I was inactive from 15 probably to 2020. I will show you. I'm gonna show you some stats. Show you some real stats. What happened to me? Why I didn't care for the shit the way I did? Because back then it was a little different. Because the way they did it, they had a map of people that followed you. I had people all the world follow me back in 2012. Yeah, I was on that the more shit and the information. Yeah, niggas was everybody was following me. My subscribers are diverse, man. That's why I'm not trying to fuck this channel up, and I'm keeping it. Because if I do another channel, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be might be a podcasting channel. I got to get a studio and actually some things. I'm investing in certain things in news and articles and shit. So it's not gonna be easy, but I'm looking at ideas what's YouTube has got to offer. But a lot of people don't fuck with me on the tip, so we already understand. So most people is gonna do what they do. So and people think I always have this on when I'm on the panels, and no, I actually use microphones. I just ain't got one for outside, but this is a headset with the mic. So you know what's going on, degenerate. Salute, salute, bro. Oh hell, Great Skull in the building. One of our pesky villains done come in. So yeah, DJ Cuda. I mean, my man, I gotta see the bullshit. What old boy said, and oh Sheila, and I never. Let me stop making fun of Sheila. Let me stop making fun of her ass. She's useless anyway. She still got me blocked, but that's good. I ain't fucking with her shit no way. She was cool until the bullshit with Leech. So we good over here. I just don't speak to him. I'm not gonna throw shots at Beach or Leech. If she's on the panel, I'm gonna be silent. I'm gonna stick on topic, and I'm just gonna look at you a certain way. I won't talk right through her. That's how you gotta treat people. And then same with Fino. His bitch ass always want to be messy and chat and twerk. I'm not gonna fuck with a nigga like that. No, fuck that nigga. There's a lot of fake niggas in the chat room. There's a lot of fake bitch ass niggas on the panel. I'm gonna address that shit on YouTube. And the reason why I say fuck all niggas in this sphere, black sectors, and YouTube is because I say fuck everybody else. I'm a villain to the bone. The reason I say that is because a lot of these niggas is fake motherfuckers. This is why I say I hate the pro black community. True pro blacks do the work. They're actually black first and believe in family, which I do. Ain't our own black families. It's just I don't believe this narcissistic bullshit that these niggas is on, the hypocrisy. And Angerman said he's what, pro family? And you niggas is not? And I guess he realized that. It makes him look bad. Well, that's what he get. You're not promoting family. Based off your content, you're not, you know. That's why I don't fuck with niggas like that. I question who you are outside of this shit. This is why I'm a critic. As a villain, I'm a critic. I criticize everybody. I criticize myself every day. That's how I move forward. But most people don't like handle criticism. See, I criticize myself what I'm trying to do wrong, and even I adjust myself over time. See, I make adjustments. Even though I used to play sports, I tell people I make adjustments all the time. Motherfuckers can't do that, especially on content. And I think Wacky said I was growing. Yeah, I'm growing a little bit, not as much. because once you get stuck in these pathetic ass spaces, it's time to move on. Which I will. It's not easy. It's just I got to pick a better audience, and it's gonna come based off who you are. He was. He changed to the red pill. He's a bitch ass nigga, by the way, but fuck him. He's on that red pill bullshit, but fuck that nigga. I stand what I said on that nigga. 1,000. Just like Oblivion. Fuck all them niggas. Any 2.0 nigga I don't fuck with, they produce idiots in these spaces. And this is why you got a lot of bitch ass niggas on panels talking shit and then don't know nothing about the Russian situation. They don't know shit. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people on this shit. They can't debate and they trash in debates. They don't bring up links and sources, which I do. I'm not gonna argue with bitch ass niggas that can't think. Sorry, man. That's why we will bring communitarianism. Communitarianism. Communitarianism this week. And if Cerulean wants to come through, I'll fetch the link to him. And let me tell you something, it's not an open panel. If you challenge what he says, you come up one at a time. I'm telling y'all for Wednesday, it's one at a time. It's not an open discussion. I don't want a lot of people on the panel. I want y'all ass to stay in the chat. In case y'all listen to this stream, I want y'all asses in the chat. If it's me and Cerulean talk, let us talk, do content. And then everybody else just stay in the chat. But if you ask for a link, that person gets the link. I don't want all people arguing. Get your ass in the chat and learn to listen. I'm gonna start doing that for now on. Open discussions, yes, I'll drop it in the chat, but I'm not gonna drop multiple links. It's pinned, you get it, you can get the fuck out. It's like Sunday. I already do that. I'll send emails out, man. Fetch the links and shit. I can do that. On that type of channel. I wish Dre had 1,000 though. God damn. But Dre is Dre. He's too busy with other shit. I respect that. So don't worry. The advisor's different. So it's a little. We'll work with him. And that thing he's doing Monday, I salute that man. Salute him. I told you what I said yesterday. He can have those Mondays. At first, I was doing them for a while, and I said to myself, you know what? He took Monday. He could have took any day of the week. I would have gave it to him. To be honest with you, I would have gave it to him. But then I said to myself, he can have that. And I'm glad he did it that day. It was that Monday, and the captain suggested it. And I said to myself, nah, he can have that. Because I can't be streaming Monday and then he's streaming. And it's just what it is. So again, I understand what his Mondays were about. So I had to bring him in. I said, you know what? He can have Mondays. And I think Mondays is very important for him, even though it's gonna be Tuesday morning over there. So I said to myself, I'm not gonna do that. Because if I do independent thinking, I do a stream, but I have to be a part of that stream. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm glad I moved it to Tuesday instead of Monday. I said to myself, why stream on Monday is gonna conflict with my time. And I said to myself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to start doing Tuesday streams. And I said to myself, you know what? Embrace it. Embracing being a pen man, I can't even say it. Embrace of being an independent thinker, that independent thinker series. That's 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 one's gonna be like every other Tuesday. It used to be every other Monday, but once I did the Tuesday, I said, this will work because nobody's not gonna stream a lot on Tuesdays. Because the next day I'll do my content when I do the politics part, that piece. So Thursday is my open discussion. You can talk to me freely and things like that. Know me as a content creator and things like that. But I'm gonna control my shit. I control who comes on the panel or not. If I don't know you, I'm gonna knock your ass off the panel. I know how to do that. That's not hard. People get unsubscribe and cut me off. I don't give a shit. I always get new people. See, the most hated has less views. I tell people that all the time. The most love always get a lot of views. That's not hate, that's love. They front like they hate. So I don't know what the fuck Anger Man's talking about. He can go fuck himself. That's why I call him out Man and Man and Annihilator Beard. All these niggas ain't shit. Fuck every last one of them. I don't know why y'all niggas listen to these sorry niggas on the internet. They worse than Tommy. Yeah, fuck everybody, man. You have to be. It's competitive in certain areas. Once you have certain numbers, once they make a mistake, I'm taking their shit. I don't do no weak ass collabs with these niggas on this channel. On the other channel, I may, but this channel, fuck you. I'm on that type of tip. I don't praise no motherfucking man. What's going on, Wacky Sean? It's just I don't praise no motherfucker on here. That's what's wrong with you niggas. Y'all praise these niggas like your idols, and this is why I laughed at Kevin Sayer trying to clown that dude with a suit. Dude, you ain't shit either, nigga. You're a fucking toaster oven. Stay in your fucking lane, boy. I saw that on Lapeef Network, and I'm subscribed. They have a decent channel, but why clown the man? You came the same bitch ass spaces that came from 2.0. They made your bitch ass. This is their fault, and they lie in it. What's going on, Juan G? Salute. Oh hell, Great Skull in the building. One of our other villains in the building. These niggas need to just calm down. Y'all made this motherfucker, not me. I'm not responsible for that bitch ass nigga. Y'all bitch ass niggas are responsible. A bunch of hoes in real life. Y'all can't do nothing. See where I'm from, you get your head blown away. You make your mess, you make your bed and lie in it. You clean that shit up, motherfucker. But you got a lot of niggas want to cry about shit all day long. What's going on, She Salute? A lot of these niggas get on my nerves every time on the internet. I don't get mad like this. I have a mild rants, but these niggas get on my nerves every day. And they're funny as hell at the same time, but they're idiots at the same time as well. But these niggas, they always complain 95% of their content on females that don't give a fuck about them. They know they fucking losers on the internet, and this is why that Sting got from Ellie Magazine is controlled by the top in France somewhere. Connection with us. They gonna lock your ass up and blow your brains out. You think that Russia shit was a distraction? To me, it's a distraction. I don't think they gonna nuke nobody. Only way they gonna nuke somebody, they better nuke Israel and the DC. And the only reason I say that, that's their retaliation. But here's the thing about Joe Biden. Here's the thing about Joe Biden. He gonna counter that shit. Joe Biden's not gonna fight crazy and belligerent like Trump. See, Trump would have done. I'm gonna tell you what Trump would do. He would have gave them and bombed Russia. And here's what Russia would have done. Russia would have had different types of nukes, like those drones, nukes, or wherever they got those toys they got. They would have zapped half of the West, flames and shit. And then we would be wearing those masks like you see in Metro in the video game, like under tunnels and shit. But a lot of us ain't built like that. I wish I was on the panel with information man that said, no, no, it wouldn't be like that. 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 I said to myself, why would we? If we was in war, if the survival rate is what they say it is, with the nukes, we would add that, right? But then I said to myself, why Russia would do that? But they would fuck our money up and things like that. We fucked theirs up with Germany. But see, I think Biden knows that, and I think Putin knows that. And I'm gonna reference what I said earlier in the stream. I said if they would have done, if Trump would have done what he did, he would have gave him the information and everything. Then he would shot the missiles off early. But see, the Russians would figure him out. They know he was weak. See, what Biden's trying to do is use Ukraine and NATO and stuff. It may work over time until someone, get him up out the way. See, it's not neither one of us is gonna die. Number one, they ain't gonna give it to the Arabs with the nukes. So they tried that with Afghanistan. That didn't work. They tried that with Iraq. Sometimes some people pronounce it Iraq or whatever, or Iran or Iran or whatever. They've all tried that. So they tried that all those countries over there, even Eritrea. or Etrians, or what you want to call them, Etria, whatever. They tried that. So what they are going to try is Eastern Europe. Let's go to Ukraine and Kiev and Crimea. I already know about that situation. Putin wants those territories back, but that land, I found out for information, man, that woman he had on the screen was man-made. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. And it's just what it was. But you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just get mad what I said. Someone left the room when I mentioned Russia's gonna do some damage. Yeah, they can do some damage. Ain't nobody scared of Russia like that. Putin is on his last leg. The oligarchs can get rid of him, but I don't believe the oligarchs can get rid of him. Like I say, he's only control where he's allowed. That's what people always say. That ain't always true. The oligarchs don't really have power. That's just an excuse to say, "Oh, they got power over him." No, they don't, because they can die too. He can kill them and be his own oligarch. Think about that. You ever thought about that? Because Putin is the master puppet master. He is the oligarch. It's just I might have to say that in a stream, one of those political streams. They say he's controlled by the oligarchs. Those oligarchs will be dead. I mean, Putin's a killing machine. So what he's gonna do is he needs desperation. Same with Biden. They both desperate to try to keep their countries rich. Whoever becomes rich out of this war, we're gonna see who's gonna rule the tech world. So technically, America wants to be that giant. See, China, they think everybody's a threat. China's not a threat. Quiet as kept, China is not gonna do shit in Taiwan. They're not gonna do shit in Japan. Japan can nuke them, and they get nukes for anybody from America or Russia or whatever. See, Japan wants to be a beast. Shouts out to Yandere saying that new ruler, it's like old Japan. My dad don't understand that. He don't understand military and politics into that. And there's a secret why that boy is dangerous. He's like that guy in North Korea. The North Korea is he's not a man. He acts like a little boy to me. He be marching. He's in bad shape right now with the C virus and all that. But don't let's not make that mistake. That whole family is ruthless. Okay, they got nukes. Russia trades nukes every day. We trade nukes every day. Just because we trade nukes every day, we can get those back and bomb Russia or whoever. Russia can bomb half of the Caribbean if they want to. Like they tried it with Cuba once, the missile crisis. You know, communists, they fight each other all the time. No one cares about that shit. It's really about fascism and totalitarianism. So it's two ideologies. I might have to do parts again about situation. I might have to do another stream on totalitarianism again. Yeah, that's another one to get y'all to understanding what Russia's about. We're gonna talk about Russia edition. We're gonna say that and just the history of totalitarianism. We're gonna have to dabble with that. I got to dabble with that stream. That's something I'm going to think about in the future because that's something to talk about. Since people going to talk about that, I've been knowing that shit since 2015. While I wasn't doing content. Oh, greetings, Shar. Greetings, greetings. Um, yeah, America is not innocent. We spill way more blood. Me and my dad was debating and talking about that yesterday, and he said the way we do things, we do damage. The problem with us as people not understanding that we always be in wars, but like I think Information Man said, I forget what he said in the stream. He said, Blackfield said this ain't our war. He trying to say it is our war. But technically speaking, I have to respectfully disagree with him. Like in a way, in a black military sense, that sounds great. Shouts out to Dre and all the military guys. Yes, in our sense, it is. But quiet as kept. I'm talking about as a black collective. Nah. If you really think that, no. White folks look at us as killing machines. I'm gonna tell you a secret about white folks in military and us. When we go to the military, shots out the wrong. We said this off air on Dre shit. He told me this. You go in there, do your thing. It ain't really about patriotism. There is some pro-black in the military. See, I'm glad he confirmed this. Shouts out to Ronan again and Dre. They both confirmed what I always thought. Yes, they're pro-black. But he said, but you know what they told me? Never trust them white boys in that military. You know why? There's division. in the military. A lot of people try to say it's unity. It's some unity when it comes to money and bullshit and conquest and Arabs. We get that. But when it comes to actual war, like other groups like Ukraine, like we supposed to help them. The technically their leader ain't shit. That's where the division becomes blurry. That guy is a what they will say a small hat. I don't even use the term small. He's a J. He's a J or Edomite. We call him Edomites. One of them, a white boy. He's a Edomite, right? This dude is no better than Putin. Fuck him too. I said it on this stream. Fuck both of them. It really ain't even our war because it's some bullshit that happened years ago in the '90s. This is Clinton's war mixed with Bush and everybody else's war. This ain't our fight because number one, black folks should be fighting against the government, but 9 out of 10 they can't do that. They're in the military. If you're in the Marine branch, you're confused which side you are. See, it's gonna be division. It's gonna be some civil wars, like I predicted years ago. There's gonna be some bloodshed. It's gonna be some blood. It has to be bloodshed. See, Ukraine is holding off Russians. I'm not surprised, but I told this to my dad. I said, "How long is it gonna be like the Afghan wars?" It's a repeat of history. So, nuclear arsenal is the new war tactic, but we might have to discuss about what nuclear weapons do. We got to talk about that in the stream too. We got to talk about nuclear energy, and they said nuclear energy is not threatening nobody. I mean, Prager, you said that. And they said people forget that Russia and Ukraine has been fighting for years. Exactly, just like the Yugoslavia. See, the legendary wacky world of old knows what I'm talking about. They've been fighting since eons, since I was a kid. Now in the '90s, now there's a guy named Vladi Divac. He's from Serbia. That's in those countries. Um, they're part of that Slavic culture. Part of Serbs or whatever, Muslims, right? And then you got your Croatians, like Tony Kukoc's people. Those people at the time was one. They won the Olympics in 1990 in basketball, right? But till that fallout, Clinton and Bush, I blame Bush's senior and Clinton got us into that shit. And that's been going on since the '80s. I agree with Information Man on that, all that. But the problem is, it's the same repeat of the Cold War. So we've been in the Cold Wars for years. Hell, we've been in the Yugoslavian wars for like the fallouts of that for years. So 2015, Putin said the war was going to end. I heard him say that on a podium somewhere. They asked him those questions, and they said 2012, 2015, and they was both wrong. Or the end of the age of the white man. We don't know that yet. So we was preaching that shit for years. So yeah, remember that big plane crash that happened in Russia and Ukraine border? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I remember it very well. Oh yeah, I was doing content then and reading about it. I remember all that shit. I remember 2015 was the height of the year, and this is where the weirdo manosphere niggas done damage everything, becoming fucking insurgents as usual as terrorists. These incel fucks that destroyed what 1.0 built. Fuck them niggas. But anyways, at the time, Putin was the man. He thought he was the man. But over time, things started deteriorating. What's going on, Bruce? Salute. This is what we're seeing. So him saying Putin is a psychopath. I heard this Information Man said this. By the looks of this picture when he was young, yes, he is, and no, he has a little feelings. He's not. I'll tell you a secret difference between a sociopath and a psychopath. A psychopath, I'll give you an example. I mean, they reference this in the video game in GTA 5. Now, Trevor Phillips, he's a psychopath. But why has he got so fucking emotions on the tail end of his fallout and his pain? I'll tell you why. He has a conscience. Psychopaths are crazy. They nutty, right? But they have emotions in here. They hold that shit. They hold that shit in and they snap. It's like nuclear, right? If you're a sociopath, you the one with the stone face, quiet as kept. You don't see their emotion. Let me tell you about a sociopath. Sociopath is a stealth person. He'll walk down the street. You see him just like me, right? But that motherfucker's got a weapon somewhere on his body. Now that's scary as a motherfucker. That's called stealth culture. I talk about this a lot every now and then, but I did this on BJ's panel one time. We was talking about politics. Let's talk about stealth culture. It's still king. It's still king in military. I'm sorry, the stealth culture and the nuclear culture, you can use that in stealth and you hit a nuke somewhere and they don't know if that person's dead. Oh man, but see, people don't talk about that in the military. Dre knows about that. Everybody knows about that stealth culture shit. It will always be king. That's how you get rid of leaders. And next thing you know, you hit the nuke and they try to say, who hit the nuke? They say, oh, they'll blame it on China somebody. Oh, they'll blame it on Uganda somewhere. Oh, they'll blame it on Estonia somewhere. Oh, they may blame it on Poland. And you know damn well it's in that region in Russia somewhere, us, and things like that. That's what they'll blame it on false country that had nothing to do with this conflict. It's the same repeat. But what I understand is I'm not mad why they do it. So you got to be mindful of stuff because now sociopaths run the world, not psychopaths. Tell you that. Putin, yes, he's a psychopath, but he's a bit of both of that and a sociopath. That's scary. Now, if you say he's stone faced and he's serious, you bet my best bet, Putin is not really a psychopath. Technically, if he was that crazy, show no emotion, technically he's a sociopath. He's not a psychopath. It's not the same thing. It's two different things. Psychopaths have emotion a little bit. They go crazy until they start crying in the corner and torture. Sociopath rather die in torture. You better kill him. See, Putin's a sociopath. He know better. They don't teach him to cry over there. He watched bodies drop 1,000 pounds across the sea somewhere. He saw bodies as a child, man. Yeah, he played sports and everything, but he was violent. That's a violent culture over there in Russia. Russia had its history. Before it was Russia, it was called Prussia. I talk about that in my content in my pre-records. Violent culture. See, I ain't gone the extents of that. I ain't even gone the extents of that. I might have to do some upload on that or a stream on that. We're gonna talk about politics. We're gonna bring every source out there, what it was. And then we gotta use Russia. We gotta use some sources. I'm gonna start talking. Because it's interesting sources to talk about. If you want to talk about this issue, go to extent what happened to these people. That's the problem. I mean, a lot of people they just want to be on some bullshit right now. But I understand people like to talk about the politics in Eastern Europe. It's power. Yeah, he wants to rule the world, kind of like Hitler. Yeah, but he's a totalitarian leader. He's dynamic, so he's a sociopath. I can't call him a psychopath. A psychopath would have done it by now and then would have got caught later on in 15 years. Sociopaths live forever. They steal and they lie, cheat, and steal all day long, and nobody puts them under the jail like that. You got to kill them, and they do serve fed prison. Some of them do, and some of them do escape and they get off real easily. It's a cheating world system. This is why this world is so fucked up. You're always gonna have a lot of sociopaths run the world. They're in the banking system. They're in the political system. They're in your sports world, entertainment. Stop saying follow the money. Shouts out to that woman that he posted up information man saying that no. She said follow these people. Don't follow no fucking money. Fuck out of here. Follow the people that's cutting people's heads off every day. That's who you wanna follow. Who runs this shit? That's when you want to know it's like that. And then yeah, healthcare too. But I'm just saying all that shit. Who controls that shit? Ain't got no motherfucking families controlling the goddamn thing. They're bitches too. It's a three group man that runs shit, controls as a unit. It's always gonna be a three group man controlling pillars of the world. Part of that society. That's not no family. That's like a clan. Give example like the Yakuza's, for example, the mob. Who controls the mob in the Yakuza? Exactly. I ain't gonna mention their names. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them motherfuckers is dangerous. That's why this war is a distraction for us as a people. We protect ourselves here first, then we can think about that over there. See, Ukraine and Russia, that's gonna be forever. Let me tell you something about Putin. If he has no end game, he's a sociopath. Psychopaths have an end game. Psychopaths has an end game. I had to disagree with Information Man on that. No, he's not. You should call him a sociopath. That's the better term for him. If he's stone faced and quiet a little bit and don't smile at all, they could be both. That's a scary motherfucker. That's a dangerous motherfucker. He's proud. He's a beast. Beast is cunning. They're hidden. You don't know what he's gonna do. You be over here cleaning your shit in your shed across the block, and someone kills you with a bullet or a blade or a cutlass. You clean this fucking fence right here, whatever, and someone just guts you like that with no emotions. Man, how you gonna deal with that? We're talking about stealth culture now. You get hit the back of the head, you out of there. See, it's things you can die from. You can die from several different levels. But you got to remember, he's a sociopath. I wouldn't consider him a psychopath. Does he look like a psychopath? Yes, in the face, but in reality, he's a sociopath. He's monotone, but he's calm. When he's super calm, he's dangerous. A super calm person is the most dangerous motherfucker that talks less. You better watch that motherfucker. I ain't scared, but I'm just saying what it is. A sociopath is hidden. He's the quiet type. The ones that's quiet are the dangerous. It's not the ones that speak and outspoken like me a little bit. I'm a little outspoken. I speak my mind and I'm crisp what I say, and that's it. I wasn't always like that. I understand sociopaths. I grew up with a few of them coming up as a kid. A lot of them do hard time, and some of them do exist. So if you have those tendencies, therapists need to study that shit, but they don't do that. They say, "Oh, the psychopath is bad." No one cares about no damn psychopath. Sociopath is what y'all should be scared of. It's not the psychopath. Psychopath tells it like it is. He has an end game. All you gotta do is blow his brains out. Well, I said Putin's end game is nuclear missiles. No, it's not. It's a combination of a lot of things. You don't know what his end game is. See, Putin's a fool. He studies the world. He's not dumb. All he has to do, he wants dominance. Once you conquest shit and you have no end game, that's a problem. He said, "Are they predictable?" Yes, psychopaths are very predictable. Very predictable. That's why they show emotions every now and then. They act like they show no emotions. They're very predictable. Exactly, wacky. Exactly. Yeah, Putin is a social. He has no empathy whatsoever. I could tell in his face. When you stone face and you love stealth culture and torture, that's a sociopath. And let me tell you something. I'm not mad at that. If he is what he is and I see it and I don't threaten the guy and I know he's dangerous, you got to come different. You can't talk to a sociopath. I'll give you an example like the bankers, how they treat people with the money and shit. They all sociopaths too. You know what they do? They send people on you. Think about that. There ain't no love there. Psychopath is obvious. He's loud. He's a killer, yes, but he's loud. He has a little emotion in him. He wants it's a cause. So I'm saying sociopaths are dangerous. They hidden. You don't know what their emotion is. That's why they have no emotion like legendary wacky world old yeah, whatsoever. No empathy. They don't give a fuck. They want you gone. So when Putin's on that type of time, that's somebody you ain't fucking with. You gotta play that game with him. It's called chess. Everybody else is playing checkers, but he's playing chess with America. Yeah, you have to do it in some degree because Putin is that type of person and he's built like that. Let me tell you something about those Ukrainians and Russians. They built to die like that. Black man's not a sociopath by nature. He's not. They deem us as psychopaths, but not sociopaths. You have some sociopaths of us, yeah. It ain't that many. I'm gonna tell you a secret, it ain't that many. It's only a handful. Get a statistic right now. Let's just cut that out. It's two types of paths. But the third one I would mention, it's really irrelevant. Narcissism, they're fucking losers. They like these whiny bitch ass niggas you see in 2.0. Those are narcissistic fucking losers. That needs their head blown away. They're fucking losers. I'm not a fan of narcissistic people. They're weak. They just want tension to latch on, and I understand how they think. It's no hate to narcissistic people. I understand them, but sometimes they got to go. They're liabilities. Cause you go, you let me tell you something. If you do have a narcissistic mass, that's a problem. Let me tell you something about sociopath. They'll kill them like killing fields. Putin don't give a fuck about no narcissistic people. They get executed on the spot, butt ass naked. Pow! He's on that type of time. He's barbaric with the shit, with the AKs, the deadly anti-material sniper rifles. What you call it? The SKS, SK-74 SU, some shit like that. The 74U or the AK-74, the China type AK-47. They ain't playing with you. If they really want to kill this country, recruit 1,000 niggas on his team. Putin will do that shit, and he'll pay them like 500 million to execute certain motherfuckers in the stealth play. They trade information with these secret agencies all day. Why you think they can conquest like that? See, niggas ain't gonna fight that war. It's a stealth war. It's a war over there in Ukraine, yes, and it's also a stealth war too. It's a mixture of everything. The hacking is going to increase. You're gonna see that shit. You're gonna see a lot of nukes flying in the air, like swords up in the air, but technically they're using nukes and they're using everything. So somebody's gonna die over this shit. And I say to those Ukrainians, how long y'all gonna last? Y'all been fighting for them for years, but how long you gonna last? It's another repeat of this. See, Trump is scared of war. He's a liberal. He's a liberal Republican. Most people label him as a racist. That's cool. That's what liberals are, technically. He's overt with it. Now, Biden, in politics and economics, he's liberal. But militarily, he's conservative. He's a Democrat. Most Democrats are racist conservatives, but here's a secret to them. They do it. They talk shit in the economics. No one cares, really. Military controls our economics. That's why I talk about the military-industrial complex. Military-industrial complex are people that like the conquest. Look at Putin. He's got his own. It's in Russia, but America's got the biggest. Look at NATO, for example. Look at UN. Who controls the EU next? Who's their partner in the EU? America. All them European countries suffering the EU. There's really no EU, no way. But the UN and NATO, that's us. And the CIA, all that we kill people. We recruit terrorists. That's why urban terrorism is so high in this country. We can't do shit in the world to produce economic greatness. That's why Putin ain't playing. He can cut off anything if he wanted to. He's spying right now, as we speak. He's been spying, but he's spying right now over this shit. All he has to do is start a civil war in this country with us and the white folks. And let me tell you something about Putin. He don't even have to nuke America. He can nuke Israel and say, fuck him. He can do that. Anybody that supports America or the West, he can say that in his message, you're gone. So he got nukes pointing at Eastern Europe right now. He's posturing. But how we going to respond? I don't know how we're going to respond, but we will respond forcefully. But the thing is, he's trying to force Biden's hand, which he will. And you're going to see a lot of shit. If some motherfucker that survived this nuclear shit, like I said, there's a chance because some nuclears, like people say, yeah, we're all going to, it don't work that way. They don't use phosphorus. We won't have to have that conversation. I have to have the conversation with Dre and Sruin on that. What's the difference? I want to do some research on nuclear energy and things like that, what they took out. Because there's a lot of shit that they talk about in the news is bullshit. We got to study nuclear energy. We're going to put some science behind shit. Because a lot of times, because somebody ain't going to try to cheat and survive this shit. You can't trust every country. Whoever is going, they say it's going to blow it. No, it's going to blow half. It's like blowing up the world of people, right? The earth is going to be here. It's just the nuclear energy is going to destroy every house right here that I'm in and everybody's neighborhood, right? Yeah, we can say that. Let's just say theoretically, it can happen. But if you watch the video games like Metro, they showed you about the nuclear holocaust and they were underground killing those monsters. It ain't gonna be like that. Ain't gonna be like that. No. It'll be like I don't know if y'all familiar with the game Rage and Fallout. Those games is based off nuclear warfare. And if you see deserts and despair and scrap after the fact, that's a world that this world can live in. And it's not easy. You're gonna have to carry guns, you gotta be violent, you gotta kill people that's crazy and deranged. That's what people don't want. They don't want to go back to that. There will be technology, yes. Rage 2 is a personification game, is based off that. You have two characters, male and female, but they have a nuclear holocaust. It's a world. You travel, then the sea is different and things like that. You may see different creatures. But another good example, shit, it's not Rage. Yeah, Fallout's good, and there's another one. Shit, it's another one that talks about nuclear and video games that you see that's in sandboxes. It's several. Rage is one of them. It's by Bethesda. It's a lot of them. You know, it just shows you. A Metro is another one. That's based off Russia, based off the book, and that's what you're gonna see. It's not good, but you know what I'm saying. But they still had their normal weapons. So you got to look at things like that, man. Because a lot of times when you look at things, you see it for what it is. So yeah, man. Putin is another guy that you can see. Apparently, you can see this many times as you want, but I'm not saying that nuclear missiles is a possibility. It's in your movies and video games, y'all. And when I saw from Red Faction, they talked about how the world was bad. It was still here. So I might have to talk about nuclear energy. I'm gonna be careful with the topic, but I'm gonna be talking about nuclear energy. It's like, what's nuclear warfare? Oh, I might show a few links. I'm not gonna go in depth like that. I'm just gonna see what talk about, and they try to say nuclear holocaust, and they try to say World War II and World War III. I ain't buying into that bullshit by the media narrative. You are in World War III. It's called War on Terror. It just happened to have nuclear energy, and people don't want to hear that. Information's out, so Edward Snowden just exposed what this country is. And to be honest with you, what this war about, they really want him. Quiet as kept, codes and secrets that he got. They really want him. He's in the Russian embassy. They don't really care about this thing, to be honest with you. The person you don't want in office is Nancy Pelosi. Worms, I think I seen that, Pastor. Yeah. But damn, I'm trying to figure out what game that besides Rage and a few others I've seen that had talked about nuclear holocaust. I know Fallout series do too. That's what it's based off on. So yeah, it's that type of world. You're gonna be forced to live in it. And scrap is your fucking currency. When I played the first Rage, that's what I thought with the nuclear shit. But that second Rage, crazy. Crazy. So when you're in that type of time, man, like you understand what's going on. So the nuclear holocaust is real, bro. It's real. It's real. So when you talk about nuclear holocaust, it's something people don't want to live into and have a desert-like world. A lot of people ain't ready for that. Let me tell you something easy to nuke. Those those countries like you see from India and all the way down to Africa in the top part of northern Africa and those that's easy to nuke. Wide desert. Now, if you want to talk about grassy lands like the Americas and all that, it'll be rock and rubble and desert. Nobody wants that except for California. California, you already know that's gone. New York and where we at over here in Georgia and all the way down to Florida, they ain't ready for that. If Putin decides to hit that whole East Coast, it'll smell like shit and gravel. It'll be like you thought Russia was bad with all those stone and buildings. Oh, it's gonna be bad here and these trees and shit. You won't even feel it. But that Fukushima stuff that the advisor was talking about, it's the after effects that killed him. Wasn't just the nukes. Some people died, some didn't. But the after effects what kills them. They don't talk about that. See, news be lying, man. They tell you 10% of the truth. Everything else is bullshit, 90 something percent. So we got to be careful who we listen to certain sources. But if you know the history of that over there, you're gonna get those answers. And the reason people say stop talking about politics, they ain't got no conversation about politics because they're not versed in it. I don't listen to people like that. We can't have those conversations. The only person I have conversation with that will be Cerulean and DeAndre on those, and a few other guys that come up on the panel. In case y'all noticed that, if y'all watch my old shit, you already know. BGS is not the guy for that conversation. No, he just talks in circles because they on some bullshit when they talk about it. No shot at him, but nah, I already got my sources. I don't listen to bullshit people on American news. It's cap. Fuck out of here. Take that bullshit somewhere else. And I'm not just no stupid ass civilian either. I ain't your normal civilian either. I read what the fuck I'm talking about. It's public knowledge, man. It's not about secrets. Secrets is out. Edward fucked up the secrets. You motherfuckers better do research. They don't care nothing about you out here. You're gonna find out people got a lot of more weapons. This country's got way more nukes than you think. Don't believe Google. That ain't the source. America's got way more nukes than that. Don't let this country lie to you. They've been on this tip. They just not released shit yet. They try to say the draft is gonna come. It ain't gonna happen. We can't afford a draft. America can't afford a draft. You know who they gonna draft? Females. And it's gonna be riots up in this motherfucker. I think Brother Dawood said that years ago. Ain't gonna be no draft. Bush had chances, Obama had chances, Biden had chances. Ain't gonna be no draft. They can't afford it. Most military branches don't even want people in there like that. You don't need a mass of people. They say you need bodies, but no, you don't. You already got the nukes and toys. What people? You got robots doing your fucking dirty work. And I heard one news source said, well, the Marines don't need no tanks and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And it was all Information Man's channel. It was a certain news source said they don't need tanks. The Marines said they don't need tanks. I don't know about that, but well, see, shit like that, hearing that is bad. See, you got to look at it from what it is, man. The stealth culture is still king. It will always be king. And people want to talk about this Russia shit. That ain't our business unless we get threatened. If we're in the military, yeah, it affects us, but black folks ain't going over there like that. They ain't got the seriousness to join the military. You already know people want to shake their ass and get distracted by bullshit all day. Like you see on YouTube, talk about KS all day and nigga shit all day. That's what I was trying to address yesterday. We ain't talking about real shit. And they ain't going to. That's done by design. When I talk about the algorithm, I want to talk about subjects like this. That's going to be talked about this Thursday. And the reason I'm going to talk like this Thursday, and shouts out to Real Deal for that suggestion I want to show you my statistics of things what I'm talking about. It's not fun. It's not fun. I'm telling you, it's hard to build this channel. If you go to this lane, it will hurt you in the long run, they say, right? But actually, short term, it hurts you. Long term is going to help you. It's going to help you long term because people going to look at you as an example like that. Let me rephrase that. Short term, it's like it's a struggle when I started because I was in the entertainment stuff in the beginning of YouTube, my old channel. But when I got into the politics and the serious shit, that's a hard to build those channels. I'm sorry to tell y'all. The first 3 years of the first of this channel created, it was hard to build. The second thing is you got to take that risk of getting removed. So YouTube is on that type of time, man. So yeah, man, we on that type of time. But I'm not gonna spin on about Russia all day, but we'll see. I'll be back. Hold on. Yeah, that was my headphones used to do that. Make my shit freeze up. I need some new headphones. That was my headphones acting up. I want to get some J Labs and talk to y'all. But these are nice. I'm going to use this more often. It's my HyperX. I like these. I'll stick these in here and talk to y'all and take them out. But that's what I'm saying. What's going on? All right, salute, salute. But that's what I'm saying. I think the Russia thing that what's his name, Information Man. Shouts out to him speaking on it. He always have different perspectives. I mean, I disagree with one part. No, Putin's just a sociopath, man. He just don't. He just don't care. Like the most I see him in speeches, that motherfucker's quiet. He just be posturing sometimes, but he's quiet with it. But his people's dying left and right. So it reminds me of North Korea a little bit. Those are totalitarian countries, and they're not playing around. So I might have to do another part three or some of that shit. I may. I don't. I'm just. Let me tell you something. I'm just saying because I gotta find another topic of totalitarian uh, culture. Is it the way in the future? Oh, I got another bot. Yeah. See, see what we got here. Yeah, see what we got here. Yeah, I'm making progress. But a lot of times, man, you see these going on. But if you look at it, I understand that things need to be talked about. I think totalitarianism is a good start. I think I have one or two. I'll don't quote me. I might have to do a third part or whatever part because we got to talk about this shit in its entirety about cultures. Now, I ain't gonna mention Russia because it's current because we already know Putin is a totalitarian dynamic leader. It's a great example. North Korea is another one. Korea should be unified under them possibility, but it's just what it is, man. Fascism. I talked about that. Thank God I did. I think I did a part two. It was a good. It was a good repeat. I don't know if I want to talk about part three. I'm through with fascism. We're not gonna get into that. But totalitarianism is a must. That's a topic that is going to be my favorite because now you see what Russia's about. They're using their force, so to speak. I believe Russia is that standard of totalitarianism right now because they can die right now. We can nuke their ass, and I hate to say it, if we end this war with nukes and combination of drone nukes and all that shit, I'll give it about 5 months. They'll be gone. Like I said, America's not that strong to get nukes. Nah, we're crazy. If we got Ukraine want to be a part of NATO, it's a possibility. You know what's going to happen if Ukraine becomes NATO? They're going to become dangerous. They're going to end up becoming uh, allied nations, right? But they'll also create terrorists in these agencies. Let's not forget, we love terrorists over here. We try to act like we're the good guys. We're patriots in America. No, we're not. We have more innocent bodies than you think. I'll tell you what kills this country. If if everybody wants to defeat us, you got to take the niggas out. I've always stand by that. I said the niggas, if they really want to get away from this country and they say they want to be anti-American, my advice: collapse it from the inside and then build your own shit somewhere else on an island we don't see. You become a sovereign nation. And let me tell you something, these so-called Garveyites, I tell them, do something that means something. Have a structure with tanks and shit. Have a language and a guild and flags and shit in your constitution and shit, and then tell me how that is. And what happens if they put sanctions on your ass? How you gonna deal with that? That's what I would tell them. How you gonna deal with that? Because this country right here, yeah, it's yours. But if you decide to get some land, it ain't gonna be in Africa. We talking about somewhere in the desert, anywhere in the world. You conquest and kill and create your nation of people. See, nations is peoples, by the way. In case y'all don't know that, because when they talk about a nation, they talk about the people. What does your people stand for? They about that shit. That's a problem. You know, look at what Ukraine. That's patriotism. They stand on what the fuck they believe in. I don't care if they from Kiev or whatever. They saying fuck them Russians, and they've been saying that. They just have issues. You got a lot of sympathizers gonna get their heads cut off, like in France. It's a repeat of France. The Dark Ages, Renaissance period. This is a combination of all that shit and a mix of the Yugoslavian wars. That's that same old fucking region and other regions connected to it. It's the same shit. America ain't built like that. He's gonna use niggas as weapons all day. See, we're weapons to them. We're not patriots to them. We can pretend to be patriots and act like we're in the Marines, like, yeah, hoorah, salute. You know, Navy, you know, shouts out to brothers that serve. No hate on y'all, but I'm just saying they use y'all as weapons. Y'all figure out Dre did 8 years in the Navy. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Serene did his time. Yeah. Other brothers, yeah. Ronin, yeah. They had bodies on, yeah. They tell you that. Quiet as kept, they gonna tell you, yes, they were pro-black in the military. The scary thing is, how you gonna be your own shit? But you gonna have black niggas gonna say, well, this is the white man military. But here's the secret though. They never talk about no white prison industrial complex. His economics, all that shit that you be eating. Come on now, like, come on, like, I know Biden trying to say they're American, but you know what's going on, cat. But you gotta understand something. If you want to be on that side of a Garveyite, what's his name, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, they would say, he tried to do something like that. And look what happened. They poisoned and killed him. You can't trust the captain and leadership. We don't want quiet as kept. Niggas don't want change. If they want change in this country, be patriots. Do what the Ukrainians did. If you get tired of an elite government, banks, and the people at top somewhere in Rome, and they have connections in Japan somewhere hidden, you kill all those motherfuckers. Don't impress us by killing Russians. No, you kill all them motherfuckers if you're really pro-black like that. But they're not gonna do that. You know why niggas ain't gonna do that? And if they talk like that, they say, "Well, we did our own shit." Da, 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 da. You don't need that. You don't need that. You know what's gonna happen to niggas? And if you decide to go that, you gotta take that risk, man. But they ain't ready. They ain't ready because if they really fight those Russians, they gotta fight like they fought the Germans. It's the same repeat. It's just you gotta have that angst in you. See, the rednecks is scared. They done. No one trusts the redneck. No one trusts the Mexicans, damn near. Or the darker Mexicans, they may. But when it comes to niggas, oh, they trust derelict Negroes. He's the best American in the world. But the problem is he don't want to accept this country. He wants to be something else besides anything else. But I'm not saying you don't have to be American. We understand that. But as black people, who else is gonna fight? What's going on, Mace? Salute, salute. Who's gonna fight a country? You can say it's dying. I mean, I've heard people say it's gonna collapse. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what collapse a country? without its money, economics, that's the second thing. Everything else is secondary. And third, the military. If the military does not respond and black brothers to say, fuck this country, I'm not serving your patriotism, you know what's going to happen? That's a form of anarchy. Might have to do another part of anarchy again, totalitarian, because we need to talk about this shit. This is happening right now. What we see over there, they're losing faith in this country. And it's going to continue if y'all ain't careful because a lot of these young black kids are not fucking with that military shit. But shout out to the military brothers that's on my channel. They come here frequently. No hate on you, brothers. I'm just saying that's a problem. We're gonna call that anarchy. We're gonna talk about anarchy again because I gotta study this shit because anarchy is worldwide. This is not a totalitarian world. They don't want nukes, but anarchy is a problem. And it's hard to not stop it. That's the future of the world. And it's going back to its natural selection, man. We got to talk about it, man. Totalitarianism don't last forever. Let me tell you something about it don't last forever. Okay, Putin will tell you that because he's ready to go. He's ready to die. We already know that. That's why America blacklisted. Yeah, there you go, Pastor. Just see, you just took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, they don't care, man. They don't care. Anarchy exists. I'm the first dude to talk about that on a live stream. Let's talk. We're here now. We're here now. You see the skies up there acting crazy and the crisp clouds and shit. We're here now. We're here now. That means I'm telling the truth. These young kids don't give a fuck. I try to tell Art, this generation is ready to die, man. Some wants to serve and keep this country up. Most people are ready to die, man. Most people don't like living in despair. I hate to say that. We don't talk about the despair of people dying. Ukrainians are used to that shit. Russians are used to that shit. Everybody else is used to that shit except us. See, we gotta understand what that feels like. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just saying, when that shit comes, who's gonna rule this shit like an iron fist? Blessed of the Most High. He's gonna give you that keys to the kingdom. But niggas ain't ready for that. Niggas ain't ready for that. Cause they don't like this type of teaching. Cause if I taught scriptures and add this shit to my content, oh, they gonna come down on me harder, man. I don't teach that no more. I mean, I still read them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not this fool. I still read them shits. Live by what I say. It's just you got to be about that shit. Cause we here now. Cause anarchism exists. It's inevitable. You don't know what these fools got in the guns, and I'm amazed that Ukrainians are gonna pick up some nukes too. Nukes don't always have to be those big ass missiles that Putin got. It could be those rocket launches, cause a nuclear explosion. Man, come on, man. Anything can be nuclear. You don't know what them damn things can be. You know what's so fucked up? Exactly, Pastor. But you know what's so fucked up? It's going to continue. So what I see over there is a repeat of history, but it's also the future, how the world's gonna be. We're already here. What are you doing for the last 15 years doing? Not getting yourself together. That pandemic was a test of nuclear tests. In case y'all don't know that. How you gonna survive? How you gonna withstand pain? How you gonna take someone's life and say, hey, I conquest this shit? See, Putin, he lived for this. It's a sport to him. A lot of people try to say, it ain't a sport. Yes, it is. It's a sport to him. It ain't a sport to us. Oh my God, I ain't used to this. It's a sport to him. This motherfucker is laughing with an evil smile. That's a small emotion, but he shuts it off and just keeps blasting. That's a sociopath. That's a beast. He cuts you like a fucking biscuit every day. He's gutting you, and you can't do nothing about it. But see, niggas want to cry about shit in their own dereliction. They don't want to deal with this shit. They don't want to deal with this type of talk because they don't want to deal with protecting people. We already got a handful of brothers on this channel protects people every day. It's just ain't enough. See, You can build this country if you want to. But if it's a lot of sickness in this shit, a lot of divisions, this country falls apart. If our people say fuck this country and leave it, that's how you kill America. A lot of people don't tell you that. We built this. Um, it's over. What country? What patriotism? Apparently Ukraine gets it. They get it. But we don't get it. We don't get it. We don't get it because it's a test. See, Russia can go bye-bye by all these West nations we're controlling from a distance from a puppet's fingers, yeah. But keep playing. Keep playing. What happens if China's on the Americans' position as the good guys and we're the bad guys? He ain't gonna like that. He ain't gonna like that. And we got more nukes than China. A lot of people try to say we don't. No, we got hidden nukes somewhere, and they find out we got way more nukes than everybody. That's crazy shit. Israel don't count. That's a garrison state of the United States of America. That can die, and that's half our territory. See, what happens if they give us the nukes back? See, you see the pressure? That's pressure. Nobody wants to talk about that pressure. That's how you get rid of people. But see, niggas don't want that type of warfare. They don't want that stealth. They don't want that. They scared, man. They don't want to die for that shit. Because if they die for their freedoms, you gotta die for that shit, man. This country's built on bloodshed. It's not about economics. Fuck economics. That's secondary. You get economics afterwards. You get the spoils afterwards. It's always been about conquest and power and land. Land is your currency. Information is currency. That's your money. Fuck all this other material shit that we love. Bloodshed rules the world. It's always have been. Banks and all this other shit that y'all into, that's a buffer system. They spill blood to stay alive. That's how they conquest to keep the shit that they got. It's called weaponry. It always wins. Always. It's undefeated. That's the nature of people. I'm sorry. It's just, you ever see animals kill each other over their little pathetic possessions? That's how it is in a minute form. When you say human beings, they kill to stay alive. Can't trust everybody. It's a sentient world, you know, because we conquest. The human being scientific term, Homo sapiens, are violent, man. I'm trying to tell you, we're barbaric, most violent creature on the planet. And we got nuclear energy. Y'all think that ain't crazy? It don't have to be no fucking silo. It could be in a small silo or RPG. That's deadly with the laser. Y'all ain't seen that, but it's possible. Russia got that. We got that too. What other countries got nukes? See what I'm saying? Like everybody ready to die, man. They stupid. All for rulership. But you want to talk about the Ukraine shit? That's a distraction. That's a test to see what they made of. That'd be funny if they got nukes. That'd be some funny shit. They said they ain't got no nukes. I was like, shit, it's a possibility. Keep on playing. These people ain't playing. They live for this shit. What's them Klitschko brothers that wearing them Ukrainian fatigues? He's a patriot. They're patriots. They from Kiev, Ukraine somewhere or some shit like that. Waldemir Klitschko and Vitaly or whatever his name is, Klitschko, the Klitschko brothers that box were heavyweight champions. They're patriots. Tactical nuclear weapons. There you go. See that's what niggas ain't gonna see. It's gonna be in a silo. Like Russian posture from Eastern Europe shooting them silos. That's a test. Imagine putting them on RPGs. That was made by Russians, by the way. Not by the Americans. We had bazookas and shit. Half of the Russian weapons we got is in America right now. See, we got urban terrorists acting retarded right now. And y'all think that ain't bad? This country is dying internally. It's not dying as you see it physically, but it's dying internally because people lose belief in the system. Everybody hates the US, man. So yeah, it's gonna affect us on that level, but not no outside overseas. Hell no, because we ain't going over there. If you ain't got no passport, Russia can die right now by our hands from a distance. But niggas don't see that. We got our war right here. Over there in Ukraine don't matter. That's just a distraction. All that is a test to see, are you built like that? We got brothers over there helping them on the low in these agencies. If Ukraine wins this shit, it don't matter. It's the same repeat. Russia's telling the truth how sorry we are. They got Edward Snowden telling secrets right now. You don't know what Putin knows. This shit will be gone. If information would explain it like this, like I'm saying, this shit would have been gone already, but it's not. It's something behind that. See? Ukraine ain't scared. They ready to die. They gonna maintain that shit. I don't know how they gonna do it, but that Russian dude, he know Biden's not gonna mess with Germany's oil shit. He'll put sanction on Germany. America's gonna fight. He trying to force America's hand. It's chess. We're playing chess right now. Yeah, neo-Nazism. That's why I don't get into that bullshit. Because neo-Nazism, that's a part of it, but that's a small tact. And communism ain't the way either. So neither side ain't shit. But I'm saying it from a military perspective or economic perspective. You understand what's going on, and you look at how your situation is gonna be. So that's a small part of politics. See, economics is just like that's something you do every day. But how to get shit, military, law enforcement. Shouts out to Charles Faulkner for saying that. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, Russia will be fine for now, but I'm just saying the only way they're gonna be fine is they do damage. See, Russia don't have to fight this war if they want to. They just sacrificing a few soldiers and Ukrainians. They can die tomorrow too. America don't want no parts of that. And don't be surprised if it's a business deal if we're dealing with Russia. I believe Trump messed that up for everybody. They try to say, "Oh, they stole the election." Well, they let that happen. You got to blame the Americans for that. Americans at fault, not Russians. I'm going to say America's at fault. It's an interesting topic to say that, but we're at fault to that. As long as you got guys like Trump and these coons and the internet and things like that siding with him, this is the divide of the world. And we'll see what Toya, the ultimate tutor, said. It's a huge embarrassment for Putin because it indicates his lack of leadership and the surrounding countries unwilling to rally behind. Well, you could say it's an embarrassment. I don't think he's embarrassed. The problem with Putin is he's not embarrassed. Y'all think he's embarrassed. This dude is not embarrassed. This dude is a totalitarian sociopath. He don't feel shit. Russia will be fine. The problem with Russia is to kill them, you got to kill them by force. You can't kill them with sanctions. He already knew sanctions is coming. But what happens if he sanctions Germany? Y'all ain't gonna like that. Ain't gonna like that. They control half of certain resources for America. I don't trust the fucking Germans no way. They need a parish. If Russia tells it, "Oh, you okay with that?" That's yeah. Boom, they out of there. They can sacrifice Israel if they want to. Salute, OG Sony. He said NATO will do to Ukraine what they did US did to Afghanistan. Exactly. See that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's the same repeat. That's why I'm not surprised by this nuclear talk. It's gonna be tactical weapons. I think the lifeblood of the total is ongoing embarrassment. Yeah, it is. It is. Toy. It is. It is. I want to talk about it further. The problem with that is you got people that still think like that. I don't think y'all travel around the world as much. Now, I would love to travel, but I'm not traveling to Russia where they're in conflict. No. Totalitarianism will always exist. It's a disease just like fascism. They always exist. It's a disease of certain silly ass nations. Russia's one of them. It just ain't going nowhere. The only way you can kill that, you got to kill them off the earth. Fuck a plan. Stealth works against them and getting them out of there. But America knows what to do. They just don't want to deal with it. Black folks don't want to fight for that. They don't want to risk their lives like that. So it's certain of us is gonna make it. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Yeah, totalitarianism is a mouthful. But it's very dangerous. Long term. I said short term. I think you could have came to stream earlier. It works. Long term, yes. We can say it's an embarrassment all day, but it works for certain people. The counter to that is anarchy. And they know that. It's undefeated. Anarchy is undefeated. Totalitarianism is undefeated in the villain aspect of the world. Fascism is undefeated in certain politics, conquests. So I'm saying that's the extreme right. Extreme left is anything. They try to say that's anarchism. Yeah, that's the true left. See, I say fuck right and left. It has no monopoly. Right and left is propaganda talk. That's not real human being talk. Because anybody can flip to the right and be crazy. Because left never rules the world right anyway. They always lose. And then they end up being on the right. Fuck out of here. That's why I say fuck the left and right argument. You can't use that. We gotta get out of that paradigm. It's a pathetic paradigm in politics. They should tell it like it is what it is. People flip flop all the time. That's why I don't get into it that much in leadership. Leadership, they say he lacks leadership. He lacks leadership in some areas, but I don't think he lacks it. The problem with Putin is he's always had a violent sociopath leadership. His leadership's not bad. Well, I can tell. Now, if you talk about people and economics, yes. Military, no. He's done successful. They don't care about economics. These countries that are not economic countries, like China, that's why China is a weak ass country. They ain't got a good military. That determines how your country survives. Economics will always be secondary around the world. A lot of people try to say it's primary, but it's not. They don't know shit about the world. It's always about economics. On the secondary level, my fault. It's always about the military, my fault. It's always about the military, not economics. Because economics comes second. They always have been. Information is currency. Will always be currency. Whether you live or die, you understand information is currency. Whatever happens to us, we're gone. We'll never exist again. It's always some other person will replace your ass, even on this YouTube shit. They try to say ain't gonna be no YouTube. I disagree with that on Information Man saying that that's not true. YouTube's already here. It's the mainstream hub of everything. Nobody can counter YouTube. A nuclear holocaust ain't gonna solve shit like that. No, dummy. The people that runs Google and YouTube, they're gonna be somewhere in Japan, somewhere safe. Y'all motherfuckers don't get it, bro. Like they run this shit, bro. They pick and choose what the fucking channels they want to. That's why I'm gonna talk about this algorithm this Thursday. Use my channel as example where the dead spots are. You're gonna see what they was viewing. But anyways, we're gonna talk about analytics. What basically we're saying. But I say fuck an algorithm. Let's talk about analytics Thursday using my channel. So we already know. So with that, I want to say peace to everybody for coming out. Toya, the ultimate tutorer in the building, and Tonino, known as Psycho Candy, OJ, Sony, Blako, Pastor, Mace, Tagger, Bruce, Char Willie, Cat. Appreciate you coming through. Art New Style, appreciate you coming through. And who else? The legendary Wacky World of O. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for coming through. He said no cure for the mental illness, psychopath born or social or raised. Yeah, it's just what it is. Okay. Who else came through? She appreciate you stopping by. And Degenerate himself, our fellow villain. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom. Oh hell, great skull, and I'm out.